What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham with another video of my dad, Paul.
Hi, everyone.
We're talking about Ange Postecoglou's latest press conference previewing the game against West Ham. Right, we'll start with the first question that was about Harry Kane's future, as that Bayern Munich representative has talked about him and his agent and his father agreeing a deal personally with him, but obviously Daniel Levy is going to be a much bigger factor than Harry Kane just agreeing personal terms. What did you think to that?
Yeah, absolutely. We all know what Levy's like, and he'll be as difficult as possible.
As he should.
Yes, quite. But Ange wasn't really going to be drawn into any of that at all. He's had no personal discussions with anybody officially about it, so no, he wasn't going to answer that question, really.
Yeah, it sounds like all they've had between him and Harry is a sort of casual conversation, almost as if not much has happened. And I thought it was also interesting that he sort of brought back at them really commenting on him by saying if that's what other clubs want to do by talking about players that aren't under contract for them, then that's up to them. And I thought that was a bit of a fight back from Ange.
Yeah, nice little pushover to ask them, don't ask me.
Yeah. Right, moving on. In the press conference, Ange was joined by Sonny, who made a point that he said no to a move to Saudi Arabia, which I thought was interesting, and that after his poor season last season, he wants to prove himself again. Do you think that's a great deal of importance for us this season, that Sonny gets back to his goal-scoring form?
Yeah, he's now feeling better because he had that hernia, which he's had the operation on now, and he's hoping to rekindle the form he had before that, which would be great for us.
Yeah, and also he mentioned that his first impression of Ange wasn't one he wanted by losing to his Australia team in 2015, but it was nice to see that they already can have a bit of a joke and banter between them, wasn't it?
Yeah, there seemed to be quite a lot of warmth between them already, and that bit of history has helped.
Right, moving on to slightly sadder subjects in some way, there was also talk about Lloris, which obviously it's a shame to see his career end like this, of not getting a proper goodbye, which sadly is what happens quite a lot nowadays. But I thought it was important that Ange said, because of his history with Spurs, that he's given him the choice not to go on the tour so he can experience a new possible move somewhere else.
Yeah, he greatly appreciated all the many years of service to the club, captain, etc., and only high praise for him, but realises he has to find a new route.
Yeah, I think it was also important that he said he wasn't wanting to comment much on there being a new captain, obviously because there's a bit of uncertainty. But you'd think if Lloris went, Kane would be the captain with him being the current vice. But obviously with the future of Kane, I think it was important that he didn't really make conclusive comments, and he said that we want 11 captains on the pitch, really. Which we've been guilty of not having in the past, that big leadership. But hopefully, with the new faces brought in and some to be brought in, that can change.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unknown quantity, really. But it could be quite a few choices. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
And I think with the moving on to Manol Solomon, that we already provided you a video with on, it was interesting that Ange said that he was a player that fitted his characteristics, which we all thought was the case. But there had been some wondering, was that club signing that they were going to do regardless? But it sounded like Ange was behind the deal almost, because he said it was an early scouted player. So I think it was good to see that he was really behind the move, and it wasn't just a club signing that they've been accused of in the past.
Yeah, good to have confirmation that he's the sort of player he wants. And we've seen some of his skills on videos, and if he can produce them for us, terrific.
And also with the game we have tomorrow against West Ham, which we'll provide a match reaction for, how do you think West Ham are going to be without any Declan Rice? Do you think that's going to hit them massively?
Well, I think it has to, doesn't it? I need to look at their team sheet to see who they've got, but they will miss him hugely. And
also, to finish off, Spurs had a pre-season friendly between the squad today, and one of the lineups was Vicario, Porro, Romero, Tanganga, Reguilon, Bissouma, Maddison and Ndombele, Kulu, Kane and Son, which to me, other than Tanganga, sounds like a pretty exciting team, don't you think?
Reguilon was a bit
that was interesting.
You'd think he'd be trying out Udogie
Yeah, Udogie played in the other team.
All right, okay.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that midfield in particular, Maddison, Bissouma and Ndombele, it clearly shows that he's sort of trying to gel the players together. And I think you take out Tanganga, and that could be a pretty good team if we get a proper centre-back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots to look forward to.
Thank you all for watching another episode of Bateman Talks Tottenham with me and my dad, Paul. Come on, you Spurs!